aspect ratio up, but you know, it fits. It's fine. Look, I actually timed out setting up my OBS, so I got the default Aura color in this match, which is kind of funny. My strategy for Chun-Li is jump in over and over, which is actually my strategy in most matchups. That's pretty easy to react to. I actually tried for it later on in the set, but I forgot that it doesn't cross you up if you're in the corner. So he just like lands in front of me. Getting thrown is okay. Eating low forward is bad. Low forward is, or stand forward from me is actually pretty bad in this matchup. Stomp might have been good there. He just missed his confirm. I actually choose to save the meter here, I remember that. I was very greedy. I could have just killed him. But I was just like, I probably won't die. He doesn't have a meter. Of all the people I played in this tournament, this was the only guy where I didn't know how good he was. It's a complete mystery, man. Never seen the name in my life. I missed it. I wanted it. I wanted to super cancel. Do you guys see that EX Bird losing to a universal overhead? EX Bird has invincibility, but it doesn't have permanent invincibility. The invincibility wears out before it hits, but it does have some. So like a meaty attack without that many active frames won't beat it, but universal overhead beats it. I know that. I've played this matchup a lot. That being said, that was probably unsafe on block. Go back to work? Oh, making my videos. I interpreted that as like, I don't know. I thought you were going to say, go back to sleep or something. When I read the go back to, get back to. Ah, that was a punish. Neko punch. But my strat is still to jump in. I just canceled that raw. He might have like, you know, that might have not worked. But it worked. Now I'm cashing out. This is replays of me. Look at me play. I'm doing chicken combos. I tried to shimmy him, but I did it way too late. See, I parried there. You can see I like released back. I was looking for a parry, but he didn't even. I think I parried to the right too. Like Arthur. That was super awkward. I could have died. I hit buttons and he had low forward super like queued up, but I don't know if this guy's capable of the confirm because he already fucked it up once, and he hasn't really like had another opportunity for it. Maybe one. Roundhouse was a punish there. Wow, that was good. That was a confirm he missed. I could have died there. That would have been catastrophic. It's catastrophic to eat that super no matter what. I've been okay. I've been working a lot. I had a hell of a week, actually. Ugh. So I did a couple 8-hour shifts, and I had my 2 final exams. Oof. In the middle of those 8-hour shifts. And that was super obnoxious because it was just like, and they were early morning shifts, so I had to wake up super early. And I hadn't studied for the final exams, and I couldn't study because I was doing my like 8-hour shifts. So that was shitty. That was a very shitty experience overall. I jumped so late there. Should have jumped sooner. You have to do the Crouch Fierce early because I started with Stomp. I do a kind of shitty version of the Dizzy Juggle, but it was enough. I knew I didn't have to be perfect, so I just kind of took it safe. And then he pulled. He was like, it's over. I don't blame him. It was over. Burfy was one I was nervous to play. I got matched with him at very early, and he's quite a good player. And he plays what I consider to be a counter pick. So I was like not thrilled to see this. But he's like, I don't think he knows the neutral super well, because Elena does really strongly versus Oro in neutral. But he doesn't really do this stuff. His anti-air is like not there. And like his buttons on the ground are not there. Elena mostly just holds down back and occasionally hits like low strong in the forward. And then maybe snare roundhouse. Back roundhouse is good too. TC would have worked there against me. I only paired once. Was that crush jab? I'm pretty aggressive with parries in this matchup. And jumps, of course. But Elena actually has good anti-air. It's one of the better ones in the game. That was just unfortunate for him that that played out the way it did. He wasn't ready for it, and I don't blame him because a lot of people aren't ready for that. A lot of people think that you can't like attack it. Most people don't attack again on the way down if they get parried. But I do. Well, most people don't know it's possible, so they don't do it. And most people aren't ready for it because most people don't do it because most people don't know it's possible. I've had really good players parry twice, which is pretty funny. Very good awareness by them. Ugh, that was parry into stand strong. But he didn't attack. That time I was much safer. I just did wake up, throw. defensive foe. GG buffs are looking kind of good. All mallet smashes are reactable, even the light one. That was a deliberate reset. I wanted to keep him in the corner. I wanted to see if I could squeeze something out of him. Like a little bait. Oof. Didn't react to that one. I think I win like every match. Oh, was that really a combo? I missed that. And also, yeah, it was a combo. When people start getting agitated when you jump over and over against them like that. Also, that was supposed to be a super cancel as well. I just fucked up. My hands were cold. My execution takes a dive if my hands are cold. And they were cold for this whole tournament, so my execution was not quite all there. But the only thing, when my execution is 10 out of 10, and when my execution is like 0 out of 10, the only thing that changes is whether I can get stand strong, walk in, stand strong super, which is like the hardest thing Aura has that I do. Aura has a lot of really hard things that I don't do. Oh, big old jump. Who knows what he did? I attacked late. A lot of people like parry, OS parry, and then hit a button. And if you attack really late, depending on their timing, you can counter hit their button. Like once they hit the button, their parry goes away, obviously. That was a pretty good round for me. Things just worked. Winning the first match like kind of put me at ease. I was very unconfident for the first. Yeah, this is. A lot of people asked, or rather one person asked, and then everyone up-thumbed the comment for me to watch this again with my commentary. Empty jump throw, I always parry there. As the person jumping and as the person on the ground. Just parry so much more rewarding, so I like doing it. So if you jump over my head and then throw me, or if I jump over your head, throw me, and I will get thrown. Like, very likely. That's pretty bad for me. I took a ton of damage, but I'm still a 1 Tengu away from winning. That's a place I like to be in. Tengu actually would have worked there, but it was hard to pick up because I got a max range first hit only stand strong. So walk in stand strong would have been like frame perfect. Damn this up. 3 stone in the corner is super broken. Oh, this was the Oro. So I actually played this guy in that one team tournament that me and Bungus entered, and I lost. And it was the mirror, which is always like, ugh. I'm not that good in the mirror. I don't get much practice in it. I really don't know that many Oro players. But after I lost to him in the mirror, I like did some fucking labbing. And I figured out some things that I think are good in the mirror. One thing I no. Oro ducks all his own pokes. Like, I can duck the very far connect to far strong. I can duck far forward entirely. I can duck stand run offs entirely. Stuff like that. A lot of pokes are like really bad. I'm the purple one, by the way, in this matchup. And because of that, I often don't use those pokes, which are really bad. But one thing about Oro that I know for myself is that Oro, whenever he hits any crouching button, he gets like a standing hitbox. Or it's not standing, but it's taller than his crouching hitbox. So he stops low profiling if you ever like hit any crouching button. And because of that, even though, except low forward, I think. Because of that, even though stand roundhouse or stand forward might be a bad poke on paper, because Oro ducks it, Oro can't counterpoke it. Because if he tries to counterpoke it, if he hits a button when he sees stand roundhouse, even though he can duck it, he'll stop ducking it and he'll get hit. Oh yeah, that was the end of the story, is I got perfect scores on all my finals. Oh, I didn't even finish the other reasons my week was shitty. But maybe I can wait on it a little bit. I'm getting infinited! This is always a stressful scenario. He did the wrong super that version though, so that gave me a slightly easier parry. And then he just fucked up. He actually could have restarted it because I wasn't blocking there. I prefer the SA3, I feel, in this matchup. I played it a lot. SA3 has a lot of things going for it and a lot of things that aren't very good about it in this matchup. Same with SA2. You can't jump over Oro in the corner, which is unfortunate for SA2. I always think that's a really good weapon when it's available. I have no idea why that misses sometimes. Maybe because I'm too late. I think it's a hitbox thing. It works reliably if you don't use the full juggle potential. Nice little bait and punish by me. Damn, I had a lot of thoughts I like started and then failed to finish just now. Oh, roundhouse is a really good poke that's hard to counterpoke, so I use it a lot now. Oh, super selection. Just having one super that can get a bunch of burst damage I find is, you know... I don't know. It's helpful. It's easy. It's easy. You don't have to worry about screen positioning, whereas screen positioning is so volatile in this matchup. It's actually better to do 2 parries there in case that was stand strong. That was a failed super. So the thing about it was I was fucking up one hit strong into super, so I was like, fuck it, I'll just buffer it. And then I messed up the buffer. But it's understandable I messed up the buffer because I never do the buffer. So I like never should have done it. Justin Wong was watching this fucking footage because this was his tournament, and he like pointed out when I did car throws, and I thought it was funny because I've never known anyone else do that. It's like baff with the car throw because he heard the noise, he heard the Oro like roundhouse noise, and he's like, "Oh, that doesn't happen unless there's a Kara." Justin's an expert in this game. You can't get to be as good as he is without like Whew. Oh, that was lucky of me. Lost a little bit of damage there, but not a lot. I did the jab on purpose because it gives you can do a later jump roundhouse following it, and then that gives you a more consistent combo. The damage loss is minimal. Shimmy. GG. Oh, but you can't do overhead combos with Tengu Stone with Oro, which is unfortunate. Like if you do universal overhead, it doesn't combo at anything because the stones don't hit. That only applies to Oro, Chun-Li, Elena, and crouching on all of them. Here's Exodus. Me and him go way back, but not like in a super close way. Not like, oh man, we've got a ton of history. More like I've known of him for a while, and he's known of me for a while. He's playing Urian for this whole tournament, which should be a godsend for me because this matchup is pretty even. Whereas Ken, which is the character I was kind of afraid of, or Dudley, or whatever. Like any of the characters he could have played are characters I have less experience with, or are bad matchups. But this is a matchup I have a ton of experience with, and also like it's an even matchup, or maybe even a good matchup. But he plays it super well, so I just get fucked anyway. But that's like not too surprising because it's Exodus. Exodus was like the best fucking player to enter, and as soon as I saw his name, I was just like, okay, I'm gonna lose. That was really shitty though, because I had an infinite there, and I just dropped it. His anti-air is super clean, so keep an eye out for that. I deal with the mirrors really badly. He missed me. I haven't played as Dudley in a super long fucking time. I actually did wake up parry there, I think. And I wasn't in the mirror. He ended up getting a lot of meter for that, technically. I got a little bit too, though, so it's whatever. I've got enough meter that I don't really need more. Even though I'm like down 2 rounds. I mean, I would need to win 2 rounds. I've got like enough meter for 2 rounds. Meter's not super hard to get in this matchup. That was a nice parry and a nice punish. Juggle state's a little bit more restrictive. I'm wrong a lot on these parries. I mean on these defensive options. That was me trying a parry and fucking it up. I actually could have jumped out of this pretty easily. That was a punish, so it was good to take. Not too dangerous. These are kind of well-placed mirrors. I think Aura's got good counterplay against these, but I kind of just blocked with my face. I think I got 1 infinite started. Or SA2 is better in this matchup anyway, just for the neutral it provides. But that's not like, I would like to get the infinite if I could fucking land it. That was an infinite starter. Well, I would have dizzied him immediately rather. Got him. Not ideal. Didn't get like a jumping combo or anything, but scraped it. I should have stuck it to more neutral more, because I feel like I know the neutral better than he does, as long as I'm not jumping, but I jump a lot, and he like plays the anti-jump, which is, good. Smart. That's the correct play there. I wonder if I could have punished that tackle with a dizzy. Oops. Oops. It's okay. So I got one, he got one. Who's this guy? Why do people like this exist? What was my rating? I just saw it, but I didn't see it. Was it A? I think it's A+. I should have air thrown or jump fierce. I think I do jump fierce later on. That should have worked. Parry into button is a very common reply to fireballs, and it's really good because a lot of people use fireball and then dash as like an approach option. But if you parry and then hit a button instantly, you'll hit the dash. And it's like pretty low risk usually. His neutral's so good. Look at that. See the stand jab TC? The stand jab is it's like even if I parry it, he's okay. Is the idea? Tried to uppercut there. Uppercut's normally a really good play there, but I couldn't get it to work. This would be really good if I don't fuck it up. Spoiler alert, I fucked it up. I got close enough to the corner that I could do the hard version of the stomp though. And then this one I kind of fuck up, but he still gets hit, so no complaints. This is too far from the corner. I knew it was too far from the corner, but I just wanted the pressure. That was he was looking for a super cancel, probably EX mirror, but it whiffed, so he couldn't cancel it. I've been in that scenario a lot actually. I look for neutral jumps for stuff like that. That was nice. A lot I go for uppercut there. I actually should be doing heavy uppercut. Actual blocking my way to safety. This is what I should do in the corner. Or like just super jump and just be fearless and just parry. I'm being afraid to super jump because it's got more pre-jump frames, but he's really not on me that much. He's backing up so he could be ready for a jump. But it's really hard to stop Aura from super jumping out of the corner. That's like one of the best ways. Is jump back parry. I mean jump back button. But if I parry that, I can like air throw him on the way down. So it's like, you know, good for me. Got my pre-jump frames with that fireball. I thought I was out of the way. Look how he barely gets that mirror. And then he gets so much meter back from this. Urian's a strong character. He literally... Oh, fucking hell. I parried early there. Helpless. He kept me in the corner so efficiently. Watching that in post, I really like fucked that up, didn't I? Digimon. This is a bad counter pick. I like don't try very hard versus Q, I feel. Just tell him bad matchup right at the start. Bad matchup, good luck, have fun. I think Digimon has a Ken too. I might be making that up. He should have gone with the Ken. It's not as good though. His Q is super good. But like Q struggles versus Aura. This is probably legitimately Q's worst matchup. Don't let people tell you it's Makoto. It's actually Aura. A couple times in this matchup, I go for jump in parry, looking for SA2, and every time I feel like I got it, and then I get hit by, oops, I get hit by the SA2. So I don't know what I did wrong. We'll never find out. But he can't SA2. He doesn't build meter very easily in this matchup. So like even if I eat SA2, as long as I win the other rounds, it doesn't matter. And it's like very attainable for me to win a round where I eat SA2, which sounds really ridiculous because it's that strong. Nice. I could have parried that on reaction, I just didn't. I wasn't really thinking about it, obviously. But that's normally something that's pretty not dangerous. Far forward anti-air. See, I parried here. I must have done it just post freeze or something like that. But I parried to bait that. I just did empty jump parry. But I fucked it up or something. I think I fucked it up. It's really satisfying to get that parry because then you just, turn on win mode. But now you can see I'm just fucking jumping in at him like crazy. Playing brainless mode. This is hard to win now. Still possible though. Stand jab anti-air was good actually. That was dash in high parry and I got hit by a low short. Hi. Dash in high parry is all in, but also he was in the corner and if I actually parried something I basically won instantly. Because I have touch of dizzy. Ugh, I reacted late. I actually already finished the Ibuki Change video and uploaded it. I just haven't made it public yet. There's not much to say. I didn't know what to say for the +3 bomb change. It just gives you stand forward after bomb, which is very marginally better than stand strong. It is better, but it's only barely better. Unless there's something big I'm missing. I pick up the super high dizzy combo. If I did it perfectly, I would have dizzied him with that combo, which would have led to me winning, but I fucked it up a little bit. But I still won. That was pretty scary, but I wasn't that afraid. I'm just not afraid versus Q, to be honest. Even though that was as close as it was well. Oh, low strong towards hard kick? Hmm. Would that really mess with V-shift though? Because even if they go neutral trying to V-shift, they would keep blocking because there's a true block string. Nice trade. What's funny is that won't even trade unless it's the same strength normal. He just did low fucking forward. Very ideal trade for me. I got a lot more damage because I traded. Otherwise, I would have gotten 2 hits stand strong and then 2 roundhouses. I don't give a fuck about forward dashing in this matchup. I just do it. It does so well against so many of Q's options. Forward dash in and just do something. You don't have to carry in this matchup. That was a nice jab. I think again I try to jump in parry. No. When does that happen? I thought it was now. I think so. That's one of my favorite things about it. And you get the highest damage stun juggle Oro has in this matchup. I wanted close strong, obviously. I did it there. I swear I parried. I did that empty jump trying to parry. I was like, I'm just going to parry that super and then style and then win. I think it's worth mentioning. I don't know if I'm going to mention that. I think it's worth mentioning the low strong, though. I might go back and edit that in. Or I might not. Because that does give you like a true block string into the bomb explosion. Or not a true block string, but like an uninterruptible. Oh no! Except via... Parrying doesn't help unless you parry a lot. And I mean a lot. Especially with Q. Roundhouse. Pretty good button. A lot of people have said Oro is the potential best character. It's a common sentiment. But it's like very theoretical. The game's been played for 20 years and Oro's potential is still not there. He doesn't do well against the other top tiers. And he could eventually do well against the other top tiers if fully unlocked. I'm not even playing! I better not be fucking... This better not be the new meme as everyone just comes and asks me about Fight Kid 1. Well, I am playing, but this is fucking post footage. I meant to parry that. That was kind of cool that comboed. You see, that was close, strong, low, short. What happened there? What made that work? This matchup, my strategy is... That can combo, I just fucked it up. My strategy for this matchup is basically... I'll do a lot more damage if I ever hit. No, it was not on Fight Kid 1. So just like, you know, that was a cross-up unblockable. I think this is also a cross-up unblockable. Well, he didn't block. He probably tried to parry and missed it. It's hard to parry. It's very hard. I went back, before this match started, I went back and watched my replay of me fighting him on, last time I YouTubed it. I mean, last time I uploaded it to YouTube of me playing him. And I got a nice download from that footage. So I was ready for a lot of things that, like, you know, I was ready for like wake up low short flash kick after like like fake to bait it on wake up, and then I was also ready for him to try and EX flash kick my jump and stomp because he likes that. I remember, and that's why I did empty jump parry when he did EX flash kick. I actually did 2 parries, but it only hit once for whatever reason. But I knew he was going to try an EX flash kick there. So that's like the only reason I won is because, like, I don't know how much research he fucking did to the last time he played against me, but I was able to go back and look and have it super fresh in my mind, the things that he liked in this matchup. And then I was able to play around them a little bit. That kind of jump is normally really bad. I actually dropped the ender there. I did the second stand strong too high, so the stomp connected weird, so I didn't get the uppercut. DP medium. It doesn't really matter that much. They both work and they have pretty similar damage, but medium is slightly higher. Never use the DP after the launcher loop. What do? You just fucking repeat the loop. Just 3 reps. DP does a lot more damage as an ender, but you build a little bit less meter. So you have to make a decision based on those 2 factors. Ugh, that was jump and stomp. I fucked it up. I don't think he teched though, so it's whatever. Close fierce. That's actually a really good button because I have no idea. He could reasonably do that at a lot of different timings. So it's really hard for me to know when to parry. And air parries, the active frames don't last that long. It's only like 4 frames. Ugh, that was like a worst case scenario. Got hit on the way up. Cool, anti-air. Stuff like that is actually really hard to deal with. That could have been, I could have won off of that, not even joking. I actually did 3 high parries there, but I think I was just too late, maybe? I think I timed them like da-da-da, but it was more like da-da-da. It's kind of scary. It's usually minus. But it leaves Remy in a scenario that he's kind of like likely to be extremely ready for, and you might not have ever been in. You know what I mean? Oof, oof, oof. This round is such a wash. How did things go so wrong? How did I let him get a jump in? I hit a button like right as he like connected with his late button. I'm getting owned. That was scary. I was supposed to be just walk out, walk in. I did parry there too. Close Fierce is a super good reply there because I have no idea when it's coming. This was a bit... I dropped that on purpose, but then I wasn't ready for the flash kick escape. I get a cross-up unblockable there, and I get a lot more damage if the reset works, which it, you know. I'm like trying to win in neutral. But it turns out I just jump. Turns out all I can do is jump. I play the jumpiest character in the game so I can jump more. I could have maybe reaction parried that cold blue kick. That would have been really good if I did it. I hit roundhouse after that, I swear. I was too early, I think. I think with air normals, with air parries, your button doesn't buffer after the parry, I think. Compared to ground ones where it does. Look at that, I had to parry backwards. Sneaky. Dashed under me and then just fucking close fierced. He's doing a lot of forward dashes right now. This is really scary. I remember watching him do this and thinking, like, I need to be ready for this. He does, like, a lot of, he gets you in the corner, and then that's his cue to, like, burn all his meter. So he'll just do, like, EX Fireball, EX Fireball, EX Fireball. It's really good, too. But you can wait him out, because Remy builds meter really slow and uses it really quickly. But he still has a lot of meter. He laid off on me, actually. Even though I was kind of anticipating that scenario a lot, that was the closest it ever came to him really having it. Tried to parry that. I think I just missed it. I parried earlier, thinking it was going to be an earlier button, but it was very late crouch fierce. He's mixing up his anti-airs really well. This is like how to have good anti-air. But, you know, he slipped up once. And then I slipped up on my fucking combo, my punish. Fortunately, even with 5 stone, I still get, like, you know, a lot of damage. I've got a health lead here, and I can, like, just poke him to some degree. And I think I tried that a little bit. It's like I don't need anything super good, so, like, I don't want to just jump in and introduce the possibility of crouch fierce. So I'm kind of trying to anticipate that a little bit. Do I have stomp here in this matchup? I don't remember. That was very lucky for me, because if that hit, I would have had a much harder time. I wasn't dead, but like I would have been knocked over, and I would have had to. We would have been about the same health. We would have been very low. I think this is my last match of the tournament. My last set. And it's 3-0. Spoiler. It actually went really close on our first fight. We got to last game, last round. And then this time he adapted. He was like, I'm just going to anti-air. That's all it took. Low strong is good in this matchup as a poke, but it's not working yet. Look at that low commit anti-air. Look at that low commit anti-air. You see why these things are effective? I should have super jumped out of that. It's like bad that I didn't, but also he didn't actually hit a button on the way down. Third strike is literally like, it gets more popular every year. It was like the least popular it ever was in 2000. Ah. Look at my sprite. Normally that's a really good reply there, but the way he's timing his buttons, he's not in a hurry to kill me, which is something I'm not used to. Normally uppercut, like, you know, every platform. Well, I guess Fightcade online, but also like the arcade stuff is still like a thing. That was kind of scary. If you miss that parry, you just die. You lose so much health from fucking high connect fireball into like 5 tackles or whatever. It's like catastrophic if you miss that. Jackie Chan? Which one? Fists of Fire or whatever? I'm getting so owned. I'm just behind the mirror nonstop. There was a Jackie Chan Adventures GBA game that I beat one time. One of my friends owned it and he like gave it to me. He's like, "Here, play this." It was like a field day at school, and I spent the whole day playing that game and I beat it. True story. It wasn't very much like Third Strike. That's a good sequence versus Urian. I'm tired of reading this comment over and over and over. Just make it stop. It must always be a competition with Street Fighter games. Everyone can only play one Street Fighter. Sincerely, the thing I like the most about fighting games is having like a lot of fucking competition. I'm getting owned. Help! Help! I'm getting owned. What do I do here? I'm dead. With Street Fighter 4, if you want to play, you've got to play like the same like fucking 100 people. Which 100 is a lot, but realistically, that's like, you know, 3 or 4 at any given time. If you want to play SF3, you've got like a fucking, you know, like 17 people in the same country as you on Fightcade lobby. But then like SF5 is just like hop in, there's so many fucking people. And so many different skill levels too. There's just more players right now, and that's important to me. What a nice starter this is. Incredible. I didn't even feel like I fucked that up, but I definitely was way slow on that somehow. My online connections are usually good with SF5. So like everyone all the time complains about like super shitty connections, but I actually rarely get them. But I play on like wired connection with like a good internet speed and a relatively like what might be a hotspot for the game. Ugh, my meters. That was unfortunate. I did my double jump, I think, either before. I think I didn't know which version of the mirror it was, and it ended up being... I should have jumped forward there. But I jumped backward, I think, not knowing the version of the mirror, and then I landed on the mirror, so I was like, okay, I've got to parry a lot, and I tried. Ah, sometimes that doesn't work. I'm bad. Jump away. I should take that throw. Couldn't jump. I tried. I didn't think about it. Ah, that perfectly placed mirror. I'm so good in that matchup too. That's the worst part. That's a matchup where I'm really strong and I just got fucked. Ooh, ah.